Happy Monday. Oh my gosh, it's noon. I'm finally getting to go live. But so I wanted to ask, like, how do you balance taking care of yourself while you are working to take care of your family? And I actually asked this in our group yesterday, asking all of the moms, and we do have some dads in there, like, how do you balance taking care of yourself while you are working to take care of your family? And I'm just making sure that this is actually going live and working and I'm having no issues, and it is. Yay. So for the record, I should start out that saying that, I was that mom that put herself last, and I am still battling this, especially as life has changed, with a newborn, and, teenagers down to newborn, it's a little different. And I look down on those people that actually did take care of themselves. And I tried to comfort myself with the thought that, those were just really vain, selfish people. And I was also burying my head in the sand about my problems and my health and not honoring God in many ways until my health declined, and just burying my head until it was just no longer an option. So for those that are new to following me, welcome. My name is Meg Rogers. If you are a follower, thank you so much for checking in. If you are watching, if you could just please comment or click the like, heart, or whatever your favorite icon is, just to let me know that you're here, that would be fantastic. But if you have any questions on, what I do as a health, wellness / life coach, please feel free to send me a private message or post below. But for those that are just hopping on, I asked, how do you balance taking care of yourself while you are working to take care of your family? I was reading recently an interesting analogy from a journalist called, her name was Margarita Tarkovsky. I don't even know how you say it. I apologize. But it was just about the mother-child relationship. And it was a really good eye-opener, actually, really kind of thought-provoking. And she wrote that the relationship with our children isn't just symbiotic, it's parasitic, because it isn't a mutual relationship, which further explained that our children are adorable and they're beloved parasites. And you are the host, and it's normal and it's healthy, but the survival of the parasite is dependent on the health of the host, which is you. So when we make the transition to being a mom, the nurturing cells are multiplying in us by the second. We just want to take care of them and make them happy. And, or for those who are suffering from, postpartum depression or postpartum anxiety, it can be fear or even resentment that kicks in. So now the woman and the host is less likely to be thinking about, well, how do I keep myself healthy, and more likely to spend their energy on and figuring out how can I keep this new parasite healthy. So I honestly had to think about that one for a while, because my first thought was, did she really just compare my kids to being parasites? But the more I actually opened myself up to their thinking, I could really see the parallels of what they were trying to say and the message that, they were trying to put out there. But, parasites, they feed off their host. They need their host to survive. If their host doesn't survive, well, the odds are they're not either. And if their host is malnourished, odds are, hey, Billy. So if their host is malnourished, odds are so will they. And if the host is unhappy, the parasite is also going to be unhappy, and they're going to act out, and they're just going to be miserable. And as a baby, they're going to cry, or as a toddler, they're going to act out and just be super defiant, and you're going to feel like you're losing your mind, and your kid just doesn't listen to you. So when we don't take care of ourselves, we're slowly falling apart. We become tired, we become exhausted, anxious, maybe even overwhelmed, and, just making ourselves a playground for the enemy to do his thing and just breed that resentment, frustrations, anger, and so on. So, when we are constantly pouring ourselves into our spouse and our kids and our friends and our school, play date, appointments, and we're never filling ourselves back up, and we're just pouring and pouring and pouring, what is going to happen to you? It's a recipe for burnout, and it's a recipe for disaster. Not taking care of oneself can actually cause or trigger things like anxiety, depression, addiction, death to one's relationships, and or death to oneself. So as I was going through this, I was like, check, check, check. Oh crap, check again, So the only way that a mom, and I really shouldn't even say that a mom, because honestly it can be applied to anybody, male or female, mom or no mom, whatever. But the only way a mom can truly be present, engaged, and connected and, nurturing with her child is if she's present, engaged, connected, and nurturing with herself first. You know, the only way you can connect, or the only way she can connect with herself, is if she does what she needs to care for herself in an honest and meaningful way. And this is the essence of what, you know, self-care is. So obviously for some situations, you know, it's going to be survival mode. For example, I have some moms whose spouses are deployed or getting ready to deploy. They have little kids, no family around. That's going to be all about survival. And, you know, so my goals when working with anybody and helping anybody is just to help them understand what self-care really means. Because I don't know about you, but I thought it just meant eating salads and working out. Like, I had no idea that, you know, it was so much bigger than that. And I just didn't have, you know, that I didn't have to suffer with salads because I'm still that veggie and fruit hater. You know, I just found a new ways to be an adult and eat them so that my kids are going to follow my example. And actually experiencing how much, you know, self-care is just correlated with, you know, our health and our joy and feeling connected while also being present, and as well as identifying the barriers and the roadblocks and how to overcome them. So, you know, get you into action and moving forward to progress of where you want to be. And life is always going to be, you know, so busy. And I've heard from so many, like, already in the last couple of weeks that they're going to wait until September when their kids are back in school. And, you know, that is just the thing, you know, your life is about to get even busier. Like, right now, you think it's busy because your kids are with you 24/7, but it's going to get worse, you know. You're going to have school, you're going to have homework, you're going to have sports, and, you know, Halloween, Thanksgiving, Christmas shopping, you know, gifts, Christmas. And if we don't learn how to create a balance now, you know, we're not going to know how to balance honoring Him and keeping ourselves sane when real life does hit, you know, because it's going to be a bumpy ride. But a bumpy ride is so much better than being stuck. You know, am I right about that? So I'm struggling right now too, to be honest. You know, I have days where I wake up and I'm just like on top of the world, or I'll wake up and I'll do awesome, and then afternoon or night or whatever, something just hits and I fall apart. You know, it's just the hormones are all over the place. But, you know, now the chaos and the overwhelmed feelings, thankfully, they don't last long, you know, a day or two tops, or just, you know, little moments throughout the day, you know, and I get a break from it because I have so many tools now to help me through it, and I have so much support, and I love it. You know, I can say anything and not fear judgment, because they're just like, girl, I was there, and then they're sharing their story, and you're just like, wow, I am normal. Okay, this is awesome. You know, these sisters, they're just so amazing. You know, they were encouraging me this weekend when I was like bearing all about everything that I've been struggling with since having Gabby, you know, and 3.5 months, and my hormones seem to be even crazier than they were when I got started having her. But hey, Serena. So, all right, I just wanted to come on and kind of share some thoughts of what I was reading. And, you know, and even I'm starting all over again. Hey, Christy. You know, I'm starting all over again physically and mentally after baby, and it's a totally different experience, you know, these postpartum hormones. But, you know, I truly pray and hope that, you know, you think on these thoughts. And, you know, I would just really love to know, like, how do you balance taking care of yourself while you are working to take care of your family? And if you're catching the replay in a little bit, you know, post replay below. But all right, sisters, get out there and make this an awesome day.